Test 1, Part 1, Passage 3. Listen to part of a talk in a biology class. I'm pretty sure you know that animals are capable of camouflaging themselves so that they escape detection. You can probably name a few right off the bat. Susan?
The chameleon changes colors, and a lot of other animals can take on the color of their surroundings.
Good. But is that all?
Or, their natural coloring allows them to blend in, like deer and many kinds of insects. And some animals actually look like other objects or even other animals.
Okay, that last one you mentioned is what I'm interested in. Animals that mimic.
Yeah, like the dead leaf butterfly. When its wings are folded up, they look exactly like dead leaves.
That's certainly one example, but some animals go further, and one in particular is the true master of disguise. I'm talking about the octopus. Most species of octopus can alter their color, shape, size, and in some cases, even the texture of their skin. Today, I want to talk about the biological mechanisms that allow them to do this. When it comes to changing color, the octopus can choose from an almost unlimited palette of shades and hues and can switch colors incredibly quickly, literally in the blink of an eye. It blends into the background so perfectly that it would take a deliberate search to find it. So how is this possible? Octopuses possess special skin cells called chromatophores. These are pigment-containing or light-reflecting cells. They're commonly found in amphibians, fish, reptiles, and cephalopods, the classifications to which all species of octopus belong. Now, while these types of cells are fairly common in the animal kingdom, those found in the skin of an octopus are unique. They're structured in such a way that the octopus can move the pigment around. The process is called physiological color change, and an octopus simply uses its muscles to achieve this. Each chromatophore cell contains 3 malleable compartments. By squeezing or expanding each compartment, an octopus can change the color displayed by the cell, even allowing millions of subtle combinations. And since all cells are controlled separately, they can create remarkably clear and detailed displays. The effect is further enhanced by the presence of reflective coating under each of the cells. So, changing color is one thing. I mean, lots of other animals can do this too. The chameleon, for one, as Susan mentioned. The octopus just does it better. However, octopuses can also radically transform not only their shape, but their size as well. Sounds like something from a science fiction movie, right? It's true, though. Just imagine. An octopus with an arm span of 30 centimeters, that's about a foot long, is able to reduce its proportions and squeeze through a hole less than a quarter of the size of their normal body shape. One octopus in captivity was even able to force himself into a mayonnaise jar. Now, in order to understand how an octopus is able to do this, you need to first know a little about its physical structure. This may be a bit of a review for some of you, but, bear with me. The octopus's 8 arms don't actually have any tentacles. These arms are referred to as muscular hydrostats by biologists, mainly because their strength and rigidity is achieved solely through the compression of muscles. This is because the body of the octopus is composed almost entirely of soft tissue. It doesn't have an internal skeleton. There is no protective shell, nor does it have any cartilage. In fact, the only hard part of an octopus is its beak, which resembles a parrot's beak and functions in much the same way. One particular species of octopus, the mimic octopus, is able to use this shape-shifting ability to imitate other species. It can mimic 17 different species found in its habitat. As most of these are poisonous, this proves to be a great defense strategy for the octopus. Does anyone know what some of these poisonous species are?
I've read that it can flatten itself to look like the poisonous sole, or even use its arms to mimic a lionfish, which has venomous fins.
Right, and you can be sure predators will go out of their way to avoid them. And their skin texture as well. Normally, the skin of an octopus is very smooth. This could prove to be a disadvantage if it was trying to blend in with a piece of coral with a very rough surface. However, by distending small sections of its skin and using color shading to enhance the effect, the octopus can make the texture of its skin resemble almost anything. In some cases, even plants.
I've seen pictures of these octopuses mimicking various things, like sea snakes and even rocks. But I'm really interested in that ink jet I read about. Octopuses can create an ink cloud to hide themselves.
Yes, it's pretty amazing, the arsenal of weapons an octopus has.
It's sort of like a last resort when a predator identifies the octopus and gives chase. The octopus releases ink in a cloud, sometimes even shooting a stream of it into the face of the predator.
And this is what makes the octopus a true escape artist. That ink contains a substance that affects the olfactory organs of a predator so that it can't use its sense of smell to locate the escaping octopus. Now get ready to answer the questions. You may use your notes to help you answer. 12. What is the main topic of this lecture? "13. According to the professor, why are the chromatophores of the octopus unique? "14. What can be inferred about the mimic octopus? "15. Why does the professor mention the octopus's arsenal of weapons? Listen again to part of the lecture, then answer the question. However, octopuses can also radically transform not only their shape, but their size as well. Sounds like something from a science fiction movie, right? It's true, though. 16. Why does the professor say this? Sounds like something from a science fiction movie, right? Listen again to part of the lecture, then answer the question. Now, in order to understand how an octopus is able to do this, you need to first know a little about its physical structure. This may be a bit of a review for some of you, but, well, bear with me. 17. Why does the professor say this? Well, bear with me.
Test 1, Part 2, Passage 1. Listen to a conversation between a librarian and a student. Excuse me, I received a notice yesterday saying that an extension I requested for a book loan was denied. Can you tell me what that's all about?
Okay, let me see your library card so I can pull up your record. Yes, another student put in a request for the book. We need you to turn it in today.
I thought I could get an extension. I confirmed this with one of the other staff when I was here a couple days ago.
Well, no extensions can be granted if another student has requested the book. This policy ensures that all students get access to the resources they need.
But the thing is, I really need this book. I'm working on my thesis, and it's an important part of my research. I'll have a tough time completing my work without it.
I'm sorry, I really am, but it's the library's policy. If we didn't have these sorts of rules, some people might not get the books that they need.
I guess that makes sense. Rules are always made for a reason.
Hey, I've got an idea. We don't normally allow this, but how about I try to get special permission for you to go upstairs to the copy center and photocopy the specific chapters of the book that you need? The manager has been known to make exceptions for thesis students in the past. I mean, I certainly understand the trouble you're going through. I was a student here once too, you know. It's the least I could do.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Is it okay if I wait until the weekend, though? I'm really busy the next couple of days preparing for a big exam on Friday. Plus, well, I need information from so many parts of the book that it would take hours for me to figure out which pages to copy. Is there any possible way I can renew the book just until Sunday?
I'm sorry, but you really need to return it immediately. If you wait any longer, you'll be charged a $4 fine for every additional day you keep the book out. I wouldn't do it if I were you.
Is that right? I guess I have no choice.
Say, if you want to borrow that book again, you can fill out a form after you return the book.
You just said that I can't renew the book. So how would that work?
No, I mean, fill out a reservation form and then you'll get it after the next person. The book will be returned sometime within a 2-week period. Also, nobody else will be able to check it out before you since you'll have submitted a request. As long as no one else is on the waiting list for the book at that moment, then it'll be saved for you. Just return the book, fill out a reservation form, and you can check it out as soon as the next person returns it. The student will be notified that someone else is waiting for the book. Make sense?
Yeah, okay. But I need to turn the report in 3 weeks from now, so there's no guarantee I'd get the book back in time.
Well, the photocopying option is still available. That'll give you more certainty than simply hoping the next person returns the book early enough.
It's worth a shot. Can you talk to the manager?
No problem. How about this? I promise to have an answer for you by 6 o'clock. Go ahead and make a list of what pages you'll need to copy, and come back anytime after 6 to confirm that you've gotten permission and to make your copies.
Okay, thank you. Now get ready to answer the questions. You may use your notes to help you answer. 1. What is the main topic of the conversation? 2. Why does the librarian request that the student return the book? Three. According to the conversation, what are 2 options the librarian gives to the student? 4. What is the librarian's attitude towards the student? Listen again to part of the conversation. Then answer the question. Yeah, okay, but I need to turn the report in 3 weeks from now, so there's no guarantee I'd get the book back in time.
Well, the photocopying option is still available. That'll give you more certainty than simply hoping the next person returns the book early enough.
It's worth a shot. Can you talk to the manager? 5. What does the student mean when he says this? It's worth a shot.